Well, hello again, everyone. My name is Kronos006, back with more Contradiction for you. Now, when last we left off, we had just discovered a little bit more of the truth behind Atlas/Third Eye. I believe it's time to report to the chief. I'm not even going to look at the hints. I'm pretty sure it's time to report to the chief, so let's just go ahead and do that. Hello? Or not. Okay. If he doesn't pick up right away, then that's not right. Paul and Ryan both need to be asked about that DVD. Okay, so there's plenty of stuff to ask about, so let's go ahead and do that. I wonder what James would think about that. While we're here. Sorry if I sound a little under the weather today. My throat's kind of bugging me.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning?
Doll
What
burning?
Doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
Mr. Conspiracy Theory doesn't know anything about doll burning? He's gonna make a porn joke about this, isn't he?
Seen this before?
No, what is it?
Do you recognize it?
No. Should I?
Well, I give you credit for not making the porn joke. Alright. Oh, is it doing this again? Yep, it's doing this again.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning?
Sometimes the exit button, and it's doing it again. I don't like that.
Ever hear the phrase, free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter. Thank you.
There we go.
Probably be
Okay.
back later.
Little glitch with the game that sometimes the exit button just won't work. Little disturbing when it happens, but anyway. Go ahead to Brandon
A few more
House.
questions, if you don't mind.
This should be good.
Seen this before?
The writing looks familiar, but no.
That means it probably belongs to his son, if not himself.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
With which you seem to disagree. Considering the way he talks about himself, though, that does seem accurate.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I wonder if I'm supposed to use that remote control lock on the car. Because that's what it looks like it is. For, that is. Okay. So I guess not. I would have thought that was either for the garage or for the car. Gotta check every area, every hour. Just being thorough. Sorry.
A couple
Ding.
more questions, if that's okay. What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them.
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
Interesting.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
You hesitated there. I saw that. You all saw that too.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Still nobody here. Getting on near dinner time. You'd think there'd be people there. Guess they didn't want to pay extras. Now, you actually let me use it here. Couldn't help but notice that. Whereas other places you wouldn't even let me use it. No.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Have you seen this before?
No? Don't think so.
Now, if you say you don't know anything about this, I don't believe you, because I know you were there.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think, was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing?
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself? How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you can just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say it was called? Auto-hypnosis?
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing, really.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
So obviously it's not something you want to do when you're operating a motor vehicle or, say, swimming, but it is something that's, with practice, that you can do. I can do it. But again, you have to want to be put into hypnosis.
Have you seen this before?
No. No, sorry.
I know I've talked about this before, so I hope I'm not boring you guys, but it is interesting. It's a form of meditation. It's basically, there are so many different ways to do it. You know, the classic pendulum back and forth, whatever. I've already told you about the finger technique. Some people like to use a coin, like they flip it back and forth between their fingers. There's all kinds of ways to do it. You can just listen to the same monotone over and over again. Oh God, I do not feel good today.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah, Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Like I said. Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Seems like we're going to be doing a lot of asking questions in this part. Gotta check every area. Oh! Whoa! You asshole, come back here. He just steal my wallet?
The DVD. That's all they took. Must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
That scared the hell out of me. Monarch costumes. Paul said something about Monarch with the masks. Huh. That is a unique way of mugging someone, I gotta say. Still nothing here. Huh. So I straight up can't ask about the DVD anymore? Is that what that means? Did I screw up? Oh, that's right. The Triple X one was... It looked like somebody was stealing something. That's right, I forgot. Okay. Ah, well, let me go in there now. And nobody there.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
And... Nope, not gonna tell me. Alright.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Little awkward, but whatever.
Seen this? You know the shop?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
It's for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it's not a big town, Jenks. You can probably find it.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Of course, I'm sure it's closed by now, but still. like I tried this, so I didn't try that. I know I tried that. Okay. So, Paul mentioned that costume shop. Sit up a little bit here. No, I wanted to go the other route. Like, can I not go to the right? See what I'm talking about? I want to go over here. Oh well. I guess that means St. Peter's Church of England.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Have you seen this before, anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, a costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Once again, I realized I forgot to turn on the damn subtitles.
Probably be back later.
I don't like subtitles, but I know that everybody else does, so... There we go. I don't like subtitles. I've talked about this before. I feel like with a lot of movies, especially since I watch a lot of horror movies, I feel like subtitles give things away. Like, the subtitle, so, like, you know, take a classic horror example. Someone's walking down a dark hallway, it's creepy, it's spooky, and then, even before the sound is played, a subtitle will go, bang! You know, like, literally will say bang, even before a sound is heard. And it's like... way to spoil it. You know? It completely takes away the surprise. I hate that. I cannot stand that. Or like, the subtitlist will be lazy and will put, someone will ask a very important question, and below it will be the other person's response, pasted on the screen at the exact same time. So again, it's like you're ahead of the action. It's not what I like. Sometimes subtitles are necessary, like with foreign films and movies which you don't know the language. But that's about the only time that I'll use them myself. Otherwise, I turn them on because I do YouTube, and if you don't have them on, people complain. So. Okay, guys.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Definitely got some questions about these.
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but didn't work out.
Do you always have to have the look that you're about to clap your hands together and explode my head at any moment?
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
You can if
So
drugs
you
are
never
involved.
Put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis.
It would be impossible to do so.
Not impossible if drugs are involved. Yeah, don't ask him about that. Now you said...
Aha.
Do you visit Monarch costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You just said you did
I
it!
thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know of somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner?
No, but you just did.
Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favor by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I
Push it to the limit.
would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
Prove it.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you ask, no, I didn't steal from him.
You didn't steal
It's
from
a good
him.
idea to encourage students to steal, Paul.
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you'd have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
What is it with this family and insisting on taking calls when they're in the middle of a police investigation?
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
Oh, this is getting complicated. And where the heck is Ryan? He has vanished. He is up to something.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
He's not gonna know anything about it. Yeah.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope. Nope.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah,
And what do you know about it?
it's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again.
Interesting choice of
You
words,
wake
my
up and see
friend.
the world as it really is. A journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
I
Why'd
am.
you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
I think I'm starting to put something together here. So, and if you look... Here, I'll show you. Let me just make sure. Nothing else here. Okay.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Come with me, viewers. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. Just look at it, just for a second. You don't think you couldn't get hypnotized looking at that long enough? My theory is that Kate, maybe aided by alcohol or salvia divinorum or whatever, was staring at the water, and that left her vulnerable. She was in a hypnosis state, and then someone gave her a little push. Or maybe a bag over her head, tied it up, pushed her over, dead. Just saying. So I've got to figure out where to use that fob. The only place I can think to use the fob... Well, I haven't checked the greenhouses yet this hour, so I ought to do that. Again, just being thorough. I don't expect this to work. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Games like this, random things change, and you can't really predict them. The first game I ever played that was like this one is one I'm definitely going to play for the channel eventually. I don't know when, but I will play it. A game by Sierra called Manhunter, New York. It's a very interesting game, but it was one of those where it was one of the first ones I ever played where you have to figure out exactly what you got to do during the day, and you got to like go and do certain things, and then eventually the day will just end and it'll move on to the next, giving you more clues, more stuff to more stuff to do, things like that. But again, I have to give this game credit because this game actually gives you slight hints of what you need to do. Like if you guys watched Gabriel Knight 2, half the time that was another example where if you had something you needed to do or someone you needed to talk to, when you looked at the map, it would flash in certain locations. And so that kind of gave you a hint that's like, oh, you missed something here, buddy. But it was still very confusing, especially Gabriel Knight 1. Gabriel Knight 1 was a perfect example of that style of gameplay that Manhunter really kicked off, where it's like, you know you have to go do certain things, but you don't know what and you don't know where. It never gave you those sorts of hints, if you ask me. Okay, so I've definitely got a lot of things to ask. But where is Ryan? I don't know where Ryan is. I've got so many questions to ask him. Does it say? Yeah, it says I can talk to Ryan. I just don't know where he is. Now, I tried to use the fob here, and you guys wouldn't let me. Are you going to let me do it now? I swear it wouldn't let me do that earlier. Can we look back at that footage?
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Yeah, a little damp. That's it. That still doesn't answer the question of where is he? an interesting situation in which, to me, this is fascinating and I love this, but I'm sure this is probably not very interesting to watch, so sorry about that. Still not here, huh? No, sir. Are you in the kitchen with Dinah? Perchance? Nope. Alright. Nobody here. Also, where is this cleaner? I need to find him. No. Well, it is easy to get turned around in this. Yeah, not here either.
A few more questions, please.
What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Hey!
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.